Hi Soul Risers, welcome back. So this is our Achieving the Ultimate Abundance Mindset series. This is the fourth video talking about the fourth process of how to do that. The first three processes that I shared in earlier videos that I highly encourage you to take a look for more detail on them. The first process was gratitude for your past, whatever has happened in your past. Be absolutely grateful for that. The second process that I recommended was remove the words rejection and failure from your dictionary and replace it with opportunities for growth and learning. And the third process that I recommended is actually proposed by Brian Tracy in his book Smart. It's proposes the GOSPA model, which is setting your goals, knowing what objectives, what small steps will lead you towards those goals, prioritizing, strategizing, prioritizing, and then putting yourself in that action mode to achieving those goals. Now, I also shared that goals, you could divide them into different types, from physical health goals to emotional mental health goals to professional goals to personal goals, or let's say social goals, and then finally visualization, how you can put all those goals together and visualize every day whatever you want to see in your life. So those were a quick recap on the previous processes that I talked about. In this video, I will be talking about the fourth process, and that is habits. Okay, how to create habits. Most of you might have already read this book or have come across it before, or have heard a podcast of it. It was a bestseller, a recent bestseller called Atomic Habits by James Clear. A magnificent book. It will change your perspective. I used to be a very result-oriented person before, and I never felt that, I used to feel process doesn't matter. Like, as long as you get the results, that's what matters. But then James Clear helped me clarify that process is also as important. And why is that the case? Because he gives an example of a plane in midair. Right? So you're traveling by plane in midair, and the plane is shifting its trajectory, its course. In the here and now, the plane cannot feel that shift, but over the long term, the plane completely moves to a different direction. So let's say the plane is moving in north, and then just by shifting the direction, it's going to move northwest or northeast. So what is this analogy trying to explain? It's explaining the significance of process, okay? So having a system that you consistently follow, just like the plane shifting its trajectory, just like you have a system, you're shifting your trajectory towards the goal that you want to accomplish. And so what happens is, in the here and now, it feels like a very subtle shift, and you probably cannot see any change in the here and now, but over time you will see that it accumulates. The aggregate of the consistent actions you take within that direction take you towards your goal ultimately. And so I give this example because it's the simplest example that I can give, and it's easier to swallow. So let's say the example of, you want to achieve a certain weight, or you want to achieve a certain body type, like become more muscular or lose more weight or something like that. So in the here and now, maybe you are taking steps, you're working out every day, you're eating healthy, but you are more result oriented. So let's say you do crash diet. So crash diet is sort of a more result oriented approach where you want to see the result like that. But as we all know, crash diets eventually have this yo-yo effect, right? You go up and you're like, woohoo, I've achieved my goal, but then you come right down within a span of 1 year or couple of months. So we can see it's short term. And result oriented type of thinking doesn't always work. What works is having a system in place, according to James Clear. And what is this system? So now if you adopt a lifestyle that you can follow for the rest of your life, maybe it is a slower process, but as soon as you shift that trajectory of your life and you're consistent at it, you are actually slowly but surely moving in the direction of your goal. And that's what creates your success towards accomplishing that goal. And so if watch my next video for the final process that I will be sharing with you about how to achieve the ultimate abundance mindset to put yourself in a position of experiencing ultimate abundance. Who doesn't love that? Okay, what's the next video?